And with that, we are live for MLD's Turtle Goal Thursday. It is week number 12 of Champions League action. We've got more Platinum League playoffs to look forward to this weekend, but first we have some Champions League to take care of. I am Curtis. That is Inanimate J, and we start our day in the Arctic Division, where the Wolves really have a chance to put a damper on the Blizzard for the rest of the season.
Yeah, the Blizzard, after last week, really struggling to try and find any kind of opportunity to get back into the playoff picture, losing a lot of games last week out on Utopia Coliseum. So we're back in division play, Curtis. These are the last 3 weeks of the season. These are make or break times in the playoff races, and the Blizzard, their work cut out for them right now. They need wins. They need them fast, and it's going to be hard to get against the division-leading Wolves.
Yep, Wolves trying to leave everybody in the rearview mirror, even the Puffins, who are in second place in that division, flirting with the 500 mark. So we'll see if the Blizzard can make a statement, come back and get into this division race. But we are about to find out. It is Wolves and Blizzard on DFH Stormy, one of the prettier maps in the MLD scene, or in the Rocket League scene anyway. Coach Duality and Manatee for the Blizzard. It's going to be Isa Solo and Hame Game for the Wolves, and we are just about to get going for the first matchup of the night. 5-game set, and we are underway. First matchup is going to be Manatee and Isa Solo on the kick. Isa Solo going to take it towards the sidewall. Blizzard can take it from there. Hame Game towards the sidewall. Leaves it for Isa Solo. Off the back, trying to find an angle, punched into the middle. Coach Duality has a dribble. He's going to try to get it over half. Takes a shot, but it's going to be just wide of that left post as we play about 30 seconds gone, or getting close to it, in game number 1. That's a touch in front, but a good defensive play by Coach Duality is going to stop that attack before it gets started. Oh, shot far side, and Coach Duality again with another save. He's got one, should have been 2. But either way, he'll take it. It's still scoreless.
Yeah, it's a little bit of back and forth right now. The Blizzard, though, very much hemmed in their own end for the first couple of seconds of this match as the Wolves were pressuring all over that front of the blue net. It's really going to be up to Duality, I think. He came in late. He substituted in for Woe just before this match was going to start. So really need to see if, first of all, he's warmed up, and second of all, if he's really going to be able to take this game onto the top of that octane, try and really make it his here.
Minute 10 into game 1. Back come the Wolves. Isa Solo gets it taken from Coach Duality. Going to put himself right in the thick of everything. That's going to bounce in front far side, but that is going to be Manatee, who's a little bit late to the party. He can't get that directed towards net. Wolves right at the Blizzard net. Coach Duality puts that just wide himself. Now Manatee might have a runner. He's got to get... Oh, he's going the wrong way, though. I think he was thinking sidewall the entire time. I think he missed a runner towards an empty net.
I actually don't think he would have made it there anyway. The Wolves player on defense cutting him down. Big save by Duality as Isa Solo is going to lift a Hame Game will follow up, and that's the opener for the Wolves.
Yeah, good stuff from Hame Game on the follow. Isa Solo, just nice little flick. Coach Duality, desperation save. He's not going to get the second one, though. If he finds a way not to jump, he might have the second one, but Hame Game with a very smart follow on a very desperate Blizzard defense makes it a 1-0 lead.
Duality got a little bit unlucky, couldn't tip that ball up and over the bar. Instead, it goes off, spikes right down for the follow-up from Hame Game. A little bit of a tough break, I think, because Duality did great to position himself for that first save.
He's going to try to turn this into a flick, but he's a little bit behind it. Can't quite get the leverage to put it into the top of the net. Blizzard going to try to keep control of it. That's Coach Duality towards the far side. He's got it himself. It's a 1-1 game. That was pretty.
Yeah, very good control here. Duality up, keeps himself in the air. That first little touch to get it around Isa Solo, and then another one just to get it over the line. Really good persistence there.
That was the kind of pretty you want to bring home to mom. That was great. 1-1 game. Just south of 3 minutes left in game number 1. Manatee's going to try to make it 2, but it's handled pretty easily by Hame Game. That one might be a member of our Play of the Week list. Don't forget, guys, you can grab the clip that you want to see nominated for the MLB Play of the Week and clip it, send it to the ML Doubles Twitter account. Winning nominee will get a free case of Balls Corona shipped to their door, courtesy of our friends over at Balls. Off the back, Coach Duality is going to run out a boost. Manatee's going to have to play this smart. He actually probably should have left that, and he's going to give up a goal because of it. Hame Game is going to take advantage, but that is something that Manatee's going to have to learn.
Yeah, just needed to recognize that that ball going into the corner would have served him a lot better. Could have chased that one up the boards, got a bigger clear, but that little touch, there's no backup there. Duality's all the way upfield. Manatee has to leave that ball, let that one go.
2-1 game, just past halftime in game 1. Manatee is going to get through and challenge this. Leave it for Coach Duality. Coach, you know he has some control. This will be off the back. He's going to pop towards the half wall. Nice solo back the other way. Not going to get it past Dualities. He's going to put this back into the Wolves' end. A lot more strategic and structured Blizzard attack here in game 2. Only found 1 goal so far. Wolves have had a couple of good counter chances that have equaled theirs.
Yeah, really right now for the Blizzard, like I said, I think a lot of this comes down to Duality. You can just tell Manatee right now just doesn't seem to have his head fully in this game, and really it's going to be on Duality, I think, to not put himself in a position where he's not going to be able to react to Manatee's play that might leave him out and vulnerable at the back.
Well, the Blizzard come up with a couple of really big saves, both from Coach Duality and Manatee getting themselves some. Minute 25 to go. This will be a touch off the nose. Manatee trying to follow this, gets the challenge, but doesn't quite get the ricochet. And it will be the Wolves back the other way. Game forcing his way around Coach right in front. Should be an easy one for Isa Solo. That's a tap in and a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, I'm not really sure I like the challenge here in the corner. Duality does well to earn that one the first time, but Manatee coming out, you can see him just a little bit late to that ball in the corner. Probably should have recognized the pass is on, kept himself in position to block it out before it gets across the face of goal. Might not give up that pass into the goal.
See if the Blizzard can make a comeback here. At the moment, still down 2 goals. This will be a chance for Isa Solo. Could not quite get there for the double. It'll be a minute left. Going for the play off the nose. Dumping it into the corner. That's a backflip. Coach Duality is going to take it towards the corner. Trying to touch it once more. Up and over 1. Good demo. This is a chance for a double touch. Coach Duality has the control. Tap over, and that is a save coming back from Isa Solo. That was pretty. 30 seconds left. Blizzard trying to get it back to within a goal. Maybe have a last-second stab at this. Coach Duality still there. Has the touch, but it's going to be right at the defender with 20 seconds left. That might have been a last-ditch effort for them. Oh, as I say that, that's a shot, and Manatee finds the right side. That's a really good-looking shot. Now they have a shot with 15 seconds. Yeah, the pressure never coming off the Wolves' net there as Manatee circling around on this one, but the ball held in there by the Blizzard so well after that demo on Isa Solo. Got the save, but they never regained possession of the ball. The Blizzard have a chance here for an equalizer here late. See if they can get it. This is going to be a Wolves chance. This is going to turn into a play from Coach Duality. Manatee's up, trying to dump it back down to Coach, but that's a problem. 7 seconds. Right in front. That's a save. Blizzard got to get more contact, and that is not going to work. Wolves are going to kill the ball, and they will win off of good pressure with the last 15 seconds. A lot of that really came down to just that middle stanza of that game where the Wolves had the pressure on 10 shots on goal, you can see there, from the Wolves out of that game, and it was just all over the Blizzard net. Duality actually having 5 saves on that first game, and you just got the sense that that ball was never leaving that blue end for long stretches. Almost a double savior for Coach Duality. Good stuff from him as we get into game number 2. Wolves have a 1-0 lead, and that is their the more wins they get, the more separation they get from the others in the division. They can more or less, without mathematically doing it, lock up the Arctic Division tonight. It would take a yeoman's work for any of these other teams to get out of the hole that they have put themselves in if the Wolves do really well dominantly tonight. A lot of it really depends on the Puffins, because you have to remember that the Puffins have yet to play the Wolves again. That could be a 10-game swing in the standings if the Puffins come out, play a massive game against the Wolves later on in the season. Yeah, it's going to be Duality looking for the second touch and taking it aside. It's going to be Isa Solo. Isa Solo's up. It's going to be off the nose, setting up a second touch for his teammate, but in game. He's going to wait on that. Really good demo coming back, and then Coach Duality gets himself some of Isa Solo, avenging his fallen comrade. 25 seconds into game 2. Back the other way comes Coach Duality. Defensive touch into the corner again from Isa Solo. Manatee, shot, save. And that is a great save by Game, keeping the ball out in the challenge. Will send it back to midfield. Just 40 seconds gone. That's going to ride the halfway line. getting up, putting it off the nose is Isis Solo. Needs a little bit of help from Hame Game, but it's not going to come in time. Dropping it down. That's off the corner. In front, trying to find the angle on it. That challenge is going to send it towards the net, and not too necessary a defensive touch. That one is, as Humanity gets himself a really good acrobatic save.
Oh, and Duality just picking the pocket of Hame Game here. He's going to lose control of it in the corner. Really awkward bounce, kind of throwing off Isis Solo. Manatee doing a flyby. Man, all of these players right now seem to have that the reverse magnet modifier from Rumble on their cars right now. Just can't keep that ball anywhere near them. But Duality's going to find one. Hame Game can't get across. And that's the opening goal for the Blizzard here in Game 2.
That is perfect placement, though, from Duality. He's able to turn the corner on this, get it off the left headlight, and he has the barrel roll as well. Realizes where Hame Game's at, realizes that Hame Game has a shot if he puts it anywhere else in the net, decides to go far side, and Hame Game really hurt himself when he went for boost there. Not sure if he needed it based on the camera, but that made a huge difference in whether he saved that goal or he let it in.
Better to have it than to not, but the only thing that I think he didn't quite recognize in time is just how that play was developing. That Isis Solo didn't have a challenge in the corner, that Duality had control of the ball. Just happened so quickly that it's hard to react to. But you have to kind of recognize earlier on that that was an easy clear coming for the Blizzard in that first phase of play.
That's off the sidewall. Good touch. Isis Solo is up. Now it's Manatee going to try to fall on it. Tries to get a jump reset on it. That's going to bounce over one. That is Isis Solo looking for a flick, but that's not going to matter. Manatee up the sidewall, loses it to a Wolf. Back into their own corner. Manatee puts it off that corner while Torch Duality reads it perfectly. He's going to get it back to half at least for Hame Game. Hame Game will miss on the second touch. Manatee with the takeaway. Needs to get it around one. That is Isis Solo. He got it around, but now he's out of boost. He's going to be up the sidewall as he grabs the side canister. Off the corner wall. In front, Duality can't get there on the far side. Very close, but still 1-0 just past halftime.
Isis Solo did a great job. He recognized where the Blizzard players were, put it in a spot that they couldn't follow up on, and then just worked it out of the corner. Really good control, really good patience. No panic out of Isis Solo as he brought that ball across goal.
Oh, that's in front. Chance for Manatee, but a good job coming across by Hame Game to make a save. Blizzard still putting the attack on. This is going to be a change up towards that far side, and that's a save by Isis Solo just in front of that far post. Still 1-0. 2 minutes to go. This will be an attack from the Wolves. Off the back. That's a touch. It'll float towards the goal line, and Isis Solo with the tap-in is going to tie the game up with just south of 2 minutes to go.
Cool as a cucumber on the back end, Isis Solo really did work along that goal line to keep it there. And then great follow-up here. Coach Duality probably completely out of position on that one as the little tap by Hame Game puts it over top just enough to get it rolling goalwards, and then that confirmation out of Isis Solo, exactly what they needed to get back in this game.
Every game at this point, a must-win for the Blizzard to get themselves back into contention. This is going to be a Coach Duality touch back towards the Wolves net, and they're not going to get there. That's a great midfield touch, and first to the ball, first to score, 2-1.
Good play by Manatee, gets that out, and Hame Game deep in the corner really has no option but to try and cut that off directly. Duality just has to get contact upfield away from the defender. He does that really well. They get that lead right back.
Minute 44 left, seeing 2 goals in about 10 seconds. This will be Isis Solo. Pinch will go up the sidewall, back into the Blizzard end. Tries the short side. That's going to be off the ceiling. It'll eventually come straight down. Getting the second touch is Hame Game. Isis Solo going to find himself underneath the ball. Now the Wolves are going to try to chase this down in their own end. Good air roll by Isis Solo. At least gets it back to half. Hame Game. Deep touch. Off the sidewall. Getting this into the corner. That's one more touch. In front, far side, off the post. And the Wolves were that close to tying up the ball game with 1:10 left. Now it's going to be Manatee. Has the double, and it's in the corner. That is gorgeous work acrobatically from Manatee, and it's 3-1.
Savior on one side, gets the 3-1 goal on the other, follows that up, just gets enough air roll to put that down. Not quite the contact I think he wanted, got a little bit too much spike down on it, had the risk of hitting the bar again on the way up, but did enough to get it over the line. It's 3-1 Blizz.
That is a fantastic goal for Manatee. Seen a couple of possible Play of the Week nominees in this series alone. This will be off the corner. Hame Game with a good challenge. Isis Solo. Now Hame Game, making things difficult for the midfield line. It's Coach Duality. Coach Duality and Manatee, both the Play of the Week nominees. Good contact on the defender, but Isis Solo is going to have to defer to Game Game, and he takes care of the job defensively. That's a shot towards the corner, and it's in for Duality from the midfield line again. And that is going to ice things here with 35 seconds to go.
Game losing that 50 to Manatee as he gets it right out in the center. Duality's already there, but unfortunately for Isosolo, he's way on the far side of the pitch getting boost after that bump. Didn't really see that play developing at midfield, and they get beat.
35 to go. It's going to be off of the sidewall. That's a touch. Good one from Coach Duality to get back to mid, but the Wolves all over it. No boost for Game Game. That's a problem. Isosolo puts it over 1, but not 2. Going to try to make things more problematic. Off the corner. 15 left. A touch over the crossbar. Bouncing it around. This is an acrobatic pass out to the top of the box. Not going to matter at this point. Blizzard going to walk away with a win in the series at the moment. 1-1 as they tie it up and make things a little more contentious in this Week 12 matchup.
Everybody knows that the Blizzard need to win out to have any hope at making their way into the postseason right now, and that's a good step in the right direction there, especially against, like I said, the division leaders in the Wolves. These are the wins that you want to take, the ones that you come in on paper that no one wants to give you a chance at. So if you come in, you take games here, I mean, win the series puts you in a great spot, but I mean, I think you and I both agree the Blizzard have to win out now. 24 wins right now, nowhere near where they need to be with that wild card as nuts as it is in the Blue Conference.
Yeah, Blue Conference wild card is a cluster of epic proportions as we get into game number 3. Tied series so far. Wolves going to try to get themselves back into this as they drop a 4-1 decision in the second game. Blizzard are going to try to keep up the pressure. They have taken the Wolves out of their original game plan. Wolves usually play a possession type style. Blizzard have been all over that possession type style and raised them a little bit of their own. Off the sidewall. That's a touch near side. Wolves may have the first strike. That's in front, and that is going to be on target from Game. Double commit on defense might put the Blizzard in a bad situation. That's a tap right to Isosolo. He'll get it around 1, but not 2 when the Blizzard have possession for the time being.
Ooh, big demo by Duality on Game as well. Spawns near side. Manatee's got the bounce pass to himself, and the RNG on the respawn failing Game there. The Blizzard have the lead.
He had a 50% chance to get far side on the spawn. Didn't work. And Manatee is going to be able to put that off to himself. 1-0 lead on a really, really savage demo from Coach Duality.
Yeah, that demo was super important. Got rid of that midfield presence that the Wolves were trying to set up and just gave that wing wide open to Manatee to bring it upfield.
Going above or underneath the ball is Game. Coach Duality trying to get it away. Taken in by Isosolo. Looking for a delicate touch. Coach Duality reads it up above the crossbar. He'll be up the side. Tap down to Manatee. That's a problem for the Blizzard, and that's a double commit overextension, and that's Isosolo taking it to the house. It's a 1-1 game.
The overextension is fine because Duality didn't have any boost. The pass just wasn't quite there. Manatee leaving a little bit too much space before he got to that ball. And the Wolves able to take advantage of that one. 2-0 back the other way, and Isosolo ties the game.
49 seconds in. 4 of a kind on the board. 4-11. This being the Blizzard end. Coach Duality goes underneath it, puts Manatee in a tough spot, but nice read. No boost to speak of, though. That's going to be a problem. Coach Duality realizes it. Got to let his teammate get some boost, but that's a big problem. It's the Wolves setting up in front of that net, and it's Game with the most delicate of touches. Makes it a 2-1 game.
The Blizzard really, really struggling on this one here. Neither one of them gets boost effectively off the kickoff. They end up with the ball buried in their end for the whole 20 seconds of play that goal lasted between the Wolves' tie goal and the Wolves' go-ahead goal. And that just shows you how important it is to have a cohesive kickoff strategy.
2 unanswered goals for the Wolves. Manatee off the corner. Has the angle. He tries to touch it into the middle. Might not have realized his teammate was going after it. That could be a Duality problem, but Duality solves it. They put it deep into the Wolves' corner. Manatee comes across. Good midfield shove. This will be a shot far side and past the sprawling Game. Duality making things difficult again. Off the back goes Manatee. Trying to win the challenge. It's going to go right back to Duality. Isosolo in a good spot. This will be a defensive challenge at the midfield. Duality going to fall on top of that one as well. If you're going to challenge 2 in a row, that's the way to do it as he keeps it at midfield for a moment. Over the halfway. But up in the air, flying underneath it is Solo. Duality looking off the back, trying to keep the angle. Good demo by Duality. Manatee nowhere to be found with 2:43 left in a 2-1 game. And now the Wolves can set up shop offensively. Top of the box. In the corner, it's Manatee. Manatee decides not to go after this, puts himself in a tough situation. Wolves keep the pressure going. In front, good takeaway by Coach Duality as we've just gone past halftime. 2:19 to go in a 2-1 contest as the Wolves have the possession that they wanted in Game 2, now in Game 3.
Manatee right now just struggling a little bit, I think, with the boost management. A couple of times we've seen him, I think the decision-making has been because he doesn't have the boost to be able to play the ball. When he was up on the wall there, as you noticed, just didn't have any boost. He's going to hit the post here. It's going to open the shooting lane for a Haim game up. Man, the wheels over the base of the post, killing Manatee on that play.
Oh, man, he got posted. That's not good for Manatee. He'll be kicking himself for that. Haim game takes full advantage of that situation with just south of 2 minutes to go. 3-1. Wolves get a big goal to make it a 2-goal deficit. In the way they are playing defensively, it would not be a huge stretch to say that may be the end score. Manatee puts that behind him. That's a problem. Duality keeps it in. Manatee gets the angle, but putting that into his own corner is Solo. Into the air. They need a finish on this far side and just wide of that post as we've now hit the 90-second mark. Heading around. Duality up off the ceiling. Looking, shooting, top of the box, taken away. 75 seconds on the clock. Over the halfway line, Manatee. Off the corner wall. Oh, touched far side and away with 60 seconds left on the clock. This is where the Blizzard need a strike pretty quickly. Manatee is going to fly in front of that. That's a big problem. That's an overextension off the back. Manatee's got to be careful, and a good defensive touch will get it back to half. But the Blizzard need to strike. They cannot give the Wolves back the ball any longer. This is off the post, and that is Solo finishing the job himself, and that's going to ice the game likely with 43 left.
Unfortunately, that ball uncontested at midfield by the Blizzard there. Manatee with the side flip as well. There's nothing that they could do except they needed to keep that ball under control. That uncontrolled clear upfield, Curtis, leaving that open for the Wolves to pick off at midfield. A big misplay by the Blizzard.
No, they are paying for this as they are going to likely go down 2-1 in the series and put the Wolves on match point. That'll be in front. Chance coming across. Duality makes a save. It's not for the defensive effort. Duality has been on point with the saves. He's another savior medal, and I think he's had 3 saviors in 3 games. If you want to use, at least I'm pretty sure. I have to check that. But 17 seconds left. Blizzard trying to get one more, but it's all for naught at this point, as they've made things far too much out of reach for themselves. As the Wolves are likely going to get another goal here. Back running the other way. 10-5 touchdown for Solo. And it's 5-1.
And both Blizzard players up in front of that. Duality with the pass down to Solo on the drop. This one got out of hand pretty quickly, Curtis. The Blizzard were playing really, really well for about the first minute or so. Even at 2-1, I think they were playing really well. And then the wheels just absolutely came off after that 3-1 goal. When you could just see that the story, the answers didn't come together for the Blizzard as well as they did in that second game.
Well, Wolves, they adjusted. Now it's time for the Blizzard to adjust back the other way, and this is a big moment. This is going to be a make-or-break moment for the Blizzard season because at this point, they cannot afford any more losses. They have to win this series, and they have to win the next 2 by dominant fashion to be able to get back in the playoff chase, and they need everything they can get. So this next 5-minute period is going to make or break the Blizzard chances at a Season 6 appearance in the postseason.
At 24-34 right now, their record live, whereas the Wolves sit at 33-25. So you know that the Wolves are almost out of the woods, so to speak.
Yep.
In terms of chasing down that Arctic Division title. But again, that road goes through the Puffins. The Puffins have a big opportunity this week and the week that they play the Wolves to change the outcome of that Arctic Division playoff race.
Well, we're underway with game 4. Wolves looking for a quick strike. Manatee's not going to let that happen. Off the corner. Great touch by Game. Over the halfway line, Coach Duality. Up his own back wall, gets one flip into it. That's a tap, right wing side, far shot, and that is a save by the woodwork, as that just got over there, and a big problem for the Wolves as Coach Duality is going to find the right wing side and fire a goal into the empty net.
They need to buy that post a beer after this game, because that post absolutely robbed Isosolo on that shot. The Blizzard had a really awkward play in front of their own goal. They were really lucky to not get scored on, and then they caught the Wolves transitioning back to defense.
28 seconds gone in game 1 in the Blizzard, or game 4 in the Blizzard have a strike. Good save by Game. Nice to solo touch off the ceiling. Duality out of the corner. Taking his time, taken away. Game puts that back towards the Blizzard net. Coach Duality's going to try to chase it down. He can't do it. Don't look now. Game tied again.
Yeah, Duality really poor touch on the corner with that side roll. Manatee was very close as well. They got so condensed into that corner that as soon as Duality gave away possession there, Manatee had no chance to get back at all to try and chase that down. They needed to win that 50 in the corner, and it starts with Duality not losing that ball.
53 seconds gone. We're back to square one. Trying a ground pinch. Up the side is Manatee. Manatee has the contact, ends up flipping into it instead of keeping the nose touch. That is Coach Duality coming across to make a save. Wolves still on the attack. They are prowling. Great touch Manatee on the defensive end. Coach Duality is going to have the turn. Shot, try to keep it himself off the spoiler. And he's not going to be able to angle that towards the net. 3:34 to go in a 1-1 game it remains.
This pressure is what the Blizzard need right now. And that shot by Duality, even more of what they need. Great angle as he caught Isosolo looking.
This is a snipe by Coach Duality. Great velocity on it as well. And I believe it was Isosolo kind of caught himself on the post. No way he could jump off the post there and get to that ball. That is very good snap reflexes by Coach Duality to put that one home.
And they needed that goal too. Isosolo just kind of with an awkward rotation came out of the same corner that shot was coming from. Looks to get one back here, and he will, and picks the same angle on Duality.
Deuce is wild again as we have another 4 of a kind on the board, but this is a nice kickoff goal, Isosolo. And Coach Duality kind of turned away from that ball. I'm thinking that he didn't think that Isosolo could catch that angle, but Isosolo proved him very wrong.
I mean, if anything you can do, I can do better, right?
Right.
Literally the same 2 players on each other at the either end of the pitch.
I'll call your goal and raise you another. That's fine. 3:11 to go. Good long touch from Isosolo. That's up. Left wing side. Great touch. Game. Gonna find the near side shot on this, and the Wolves come back with 2 unanswered to take the lead.
Manatee, you can see him driving towards this one, but he doesn't recognize quickly enough that that ball isn't one he can win. There's just too much space between him and the ball compared to the Wolves and the ball. They put it right over him. There's no way he can read where that ball's going to win that mid-air challenge, and they give up 2 really quickly.
Just past the 3-minute mark. Good touch from Game. Tries to get a finish. Has the bounce underneath it. He's got a goal because of it. Game already with 3 in this contest. 2:51 to go.
And fortunately, Manatee just doesn't read that bounce quickly enough. It goes up a little bit wide as well. Game there to make contact, bullies that one all the way through. And just like that, 3 unanswered for the Wolves have them very much in control of this game with lots of time left to play.
Sidewall play. Going for the side boost, dribbling around 1. Manatee's going to be in his own corner. Needs to be careful with this. Touch out into the middle. Coach Duality finds it on the pass. That's off the back, trying to keep it at an angle, but he's going to put that across the box to Manatee, who puts it up the ramp, but just wide on the right post. And the Blizzard were very close to getting back into it, but the Wolves will breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah, can't miss those. Manatee actually had the time and the angle to make that shot count. Just put it off the base of the near post, and that's when he'll be kicking himself over if this one doesn't go in their favor. Oh,
really good defensive clear by Isosolo. Reading that perfectly, getting it deep into the Blizzard end. He'll follow it, and Coach Duality is going to jump in front of the shot. He won't get a save for it, but he gets a save in our hearts again. as he's been the defensive mastermind of this Blizzard team. Right in front for Manatee, and he cannot find the net with it. It's just out the 2 minutes left in a 4-2 game.
Yeah, can't miss those again. Manatee with 2 really good looks at goal, and he's going to fly right by Isosolo as just got completely outweighted. A couple of demos, both Wolves going down here. Not going to get enough time, though, for Duality to take that shot, but a really good set of aggressive plays by the Blizzard.
Manatee with the retaliatory play on the demo. Really, or on the demolition anyway. That definitely helped out. This will be a cross and into the Blizzard corner. Good touch. Coach Duality trying to keep it. 2 Wolves will challenge. Manatee's going to put himself right in the middle of that. That's going to be a problem. This is going to be a big clear from the Wolves. Flipping into it. Near side, Duality takes it away, but just for the time being, here comes Isosolo. Touch around 1. In frame. Coach Duality makes the save initially, and we have a minute to go in what very well could be the Blizzard season. They need a goal. Coach Duality's going to try to find one far side. He can't do it. 52 left. It's still a 2-goal game.
And Manatee just running out of boost before he takes that shot. Had a chance to put that one near side on Haim Game. Duality on the far side, losing that one out to Isosolo. That might just about do it here, as the Blizzard need this ball back, and they need it now.
Touch above 1. They only need a goal. Manatee's going to put this off the side. He'll keep it himself, put this at the net. And Haim Game handles it. Manatee puts this in frame. It's in front for Coach Duality, but it doesn't matter. Manatee's going to find the net, and they have a shout here with 25 to go.
Yeah, Manatee does a really good job intercepting this one here. Comes down like a waterfall, actually. Had some really weird angles, and Isosolo didn't read it well. Came off the right side of the Dominus, rolled inward. It was a really tough ball to deal with, but really unfortunate for the Wolves. The Blizzard have a chance.
They do indeed. Do they have a hero on the roster? We find out very quickly. Isosolo is going to try to ice this game. Coach Duality puts that off the ceiling into his own end. Coming in, Manatee. Takeaway. Wolves, another takeaway. Keeping the presence in front. Now the Blizzard need to get this ball out to the middle. That's going to be a takeaway for Coach Duality. Shot at the net. It's going to be a save. Manatee's not going to be able to control this. It's going to go back in his own end. It's off the back wall. That should be a kill. Instead, Isosolo puts the dagger home with nothing on the clock.
Yeah, really unfortunate. That the clear from Haim Game was fantastic. Duality, I think, just rushed the shot a little bit. He's a really good 1v1 player, and I'm really surprised that he looked for the first time shot off of that ball rather than try and bring it under control and look for the flick. They give up that 0-second goal, but their season going down with it, I think, as that one puts them really far out of reach of that playoff line.
Pretty sure that's the dagger. That's a big goal that's a big game to give up for the Blizzard. They will have a 5th game in this series to play, but I don't think at this point it will be for anything but playing spoiler. The Blizzard they've had a pretty good series competitively. The games have been close for the most part, but they're getting kind of outmatched in the endurance game to these Wolves.
Yeah, the most wins they can get to now with the live update is 35 wins, and just for context, 34 wins without yet playing this week is where the first wildcard team sits, and 30 wins without playing yet this week is where the second wildcard team sits. And there are still 3 more teams between the Blizzard and that playoff line. So if they don't win here and they don't win out, they don't have a chance. They don't have a snowball's chance in heck.
Yep, no problem with that. This is Manatee trying to get off the nose far side. Cannot quite find the consistency on it. Touch left wing. Keeping that together. This will be a touch well over the halfway line. Manatee puts this deep. Off the sidewall. Into the middle. Off the back. Duality loses the Haim Game. Haim Game needs one delicate touch. Finds the delicate touch. It's in front, but Isosolo realizes he cannot get there in time, and he will smartly back away from the play. Let the Blizzard try to clear it and keep the Wolves' midfield presence going. Very, very good strategic play by Isosolo there.
And what I don't like about that second phase, though, is how much time they let Duality have to get that ball and the boost in the corner. That lack of pressure from the Wolves, I don't think it'll matter long run here, but that's not the type of play that you really want to let happen there. You don't want to give your opponents control of the ball and the boost in that corner when you've got them on the ropes.
Oh, that's going to be a pass across, but it's just beyond the reach of Coach Duality by Manatee. Isosolo into the middle. Looks for the second piece of contact. Manatee takes it away. Tons of boost time to grab it and take control of the ball. Manatee does get there first before the defender. He's going to try a ceiling play, but he'll fall well above it. And that's a big problem for the Blizzard. He's going to bounce right wing side, putting one towards the net as Team Game, but well wide of the intended target with 3:12 to go.
Really good, tight fifth game in this series here. You get the sense that the Wolves might have just taken the foot off the gas, which is surprising. Oh,
okay.
that'll go.
That will go. Haim Game gets a pinch from his own end, and this is America's favorite game. It's Plinko again, and Haim Game wins a new car.
I actually think it's America's least favorite game, Obvious Physics, as Manatee got way too far outside of that ball trying to bring it out. He's looking to cut it to the top of the box, but the difficulty with that, you have a defender pointed straight forward in their goal. What are they going to do? Get a great angle, and now your nose is pointing right back towards your own goal.
I can tell you it's the Blizzard's favorite game, or at least favorite game at that point. That's a chance on the goal line in front, and then Manatee can't finish it. Good defensive positioning by the Wolves to stay between the ball and the goal line. That's a very, very good piece of defensive work to stay sturdy.
Yeah, Manatee actually really going on top of Haim Game in that net, trying to get some disruption there. Camera went away from them before we saw what that ended up in, but and you get the sense that the Blizzard have started to try anything to get back into this series, get that last game out of it for their own, if nothing but their own pride. And it's just not really coming together for them right now.
Coach Duality is going to try a pass into the middle. Manatee is up, finds the angle, it's in, just under the bar, and that's a pretty play from the Blizzard. It's 1-1.
Yeah, Manatee, great ball up towards that backwards. Duality does a great job as well reading that one. Blocks off Isa Solo. Haim Game trying to get there, but he's late. Manatee already well up in the air. Just gets that nose up and over top. You got to be a little bit more aggressive, I think, as the defender. More aggressive to the balls that are floating atop your backward, especially in 2v2, because you don't have a lot of time to get to them. Haim Game off the kickoff will get the lead back.
That's a perfect kickoff for Isa Solo. Gets it up in the air, comes straight down. Manatee, who went for boost, not quick enough to get back, and has no way to get up that quickly to just take that laser away from the crossbar. That's a 2-1 goal, and that's a perfect goal in retaliation for the Wolves.
Yeah, you know how you don't lose to a cheat kickoff, which is what the Wolves are doing right now? Don't kill the ball. You have to either fake the kickoff, let them put it back into your zone, or change up what you're doing with the kickoff, and just make sure you don't give the angle as Manatee bobbles that one. Haim Game has the Hattie.
Yeah, Manatee was in a really awkward spot here. Coach Duality got demoed, and in the smoke and confusion, Manatee had possession of the ball, but not for long. Haim Game saw it, realized where he was needed, and put himself right in the face of Manatee to make it a 3-1 lead.
Right, but what I don't understand about that is why Manatee got it onto the roof. It looked like he was trying to dribble that one out, and I just have to feel that a better play in front of your own net is keep yourself between the ball and the goal. Putting it up on his roof gave away that line for Haim Game to make the shot.
100 seconds to go. 3-1 game. It's going to be off the corner. Chance off the back wall. That's going to be in front. Manatee not able to get there. Blizzard they find a period of these games. They're competitive throughout most of them. And then there's probably 30 seconds to a minute period, and you'll see it again here, where they just the wheels kind of fall off. And they start to give up a couple goals right in a row, and it really puts them in a bad spot for the rest of the tilt.
Yeah, it's really tough to pinpoint exactly what it is that causes it. It's almost like there's just one play that kind of goes off the wheels, and then you get the kickoff, and their kickoff strategy just doesn't seem to be working against the Wolves right now. And that's something I think that they had to look at before this series started, because they seem to have a pretty set play. The only problem is they're not working that play effectively off of those kickoffs. They're letting the Wolves dictate that kickoff strat, and it's really working out for the team in green.
Good long clear. Wolves have a chance in front. That'll be put crossways along the goal line. Demo sees Manatee go down. Coach Duality is going to try to make something happen by himself. Manatee has respawned to this point. He'll turn into this. Good read. Up the back. Isa Solo was the one on the read on the sidewall there. Game puts himself in a good defensive position. Manatee is up, keeping it in for the moment, but that is not going to be for long as Isa Solo has his way. 14 seconds left in Game 5, and it looks to me like the Wolves are going to be able to cinch a 4-1 out of the series and effectively eliminate the Blizzard from any kind of playoff contention. Maybe not mathematically, but, well, pretty close. As this one will take 2-0, it'll hit the ground, and that is going to do it. Wolves take a dominant 4-1 win over the Blizzard. by standings saying it was dominant, but the games more or less for the most part were close.
Yeah, they were really close aside from a couple of phases of play where the Blizzard just kind of punted goals away. So what this does do, though, looking at the standings here, the Wolves now sit 35 wins. This does mathematically eliminate the Foxes, or not the Foxes, excuse me, they still have a chance against the Puffins, but it does mathematically eliminate the Blizzard from the division lead. They are now only able to get to 34 wins on the season if they were to do so. So, unfortunately for them, they won't be able to overtake for the division lead, and the wild card looking increasingly unlikely with how much room there still is from the teams at the top and the fact that they have yet to play this weekend.
Yeah, so that creates an Arctic scenario that is pretty straightforward as we now look through the wild card for answers for the rest of that division. With that said, we are not done here yet this evening, but we do have a little bit of a break. So, before we get to the Pirates and the Bears, which will be the 11 o'clock matchup tonight in the Champions League, we are going to show you the Week 9 matchup on a little bit of a rerun for the Platinum League before their playoff series this weekend. It's the Jets and the Hawks, and that rerun will be following us here very, very quickly as we say goodbye for now. We'll see you in about roughly an hour's time, maybe a little bit longer than that. So for Jay, I'm Curtis saying goodbye for a little while, and we'll see you on the other side of the rerun.
Wildcard, the Orange Conference, coming up right on the other side of this break. Stay with us here on the MLD Network.